Hey, what's up? Oh, where'd you get that cup?
I used for one of the dinners.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. Cool, cool. Are you ready for lab?
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
But I want to do well for the lecture because I'm going to do the competency as well.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I found the lecture.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. We have to get 4 done, right? 4 competencies?
So, like, for tomorrow, instead of one at a time.
Yeah. Do you have lab in the morning? Oh.
You're so cute.
Photobomb.
Oh, yeah.
Ultrasonic? Thank you.
They're ready for a bumpy ride.
Can I get a cup of soda? Just kidding.
I go get it myself, but I'm slow.
You know, he said, oh,
Can I get in once class is over? There's the whole.
He's still trying.
Sorry.
We are in lab. And fortunately, we want to bring some
We're already like on the fourth lecture, so I don't want to get too far behind.
Okay, never mind. Okay, bye. No ultrasonic today.
No ultrasonic today. But will we start feeling or something?
All right.
What?
Microphone. There we go.
Okay.
How many 40 parts I need?
Only the one.
Only 40. Okay. Microphone and kind of working. All right, let's settle down. Okay. Announcements. Still missing my two chart numbers, so now you're at a computer, you can look it up for me, so do that. Tricia, what day are the C's candies due? 11th, and then delivered by the 16th, okay. And she has the forms, and I have a few forms, so please, please, please take a form, because we're still working on getting ourselves set up. Okay. We still have no bank account to be able to get your white strips. That's a goal. It's not happening very quickly, because again, that would be on the list of things I'm responsible for, but not have any control over. So there's that. But please, please, do yourself a favor, sell some candy, give them some floss too. OHI instructions, okay? So we feel okay about that. All right, questions I had on, now that I know that we're basically almost all in for tomorrow afternoon. All right, first adult prophy day. As you might recall from last quarter, you put your roller skates on if you're an instructor and run the whole time, right? So, this is not the day where you're going to start competencies. Sorry, it just doesn't happen. We're just getting everybody checked in, picking a reasonable number of teeth, check the teeth, try to coach you as much as possible on the process, and your skills and get you checked off and signed out so that you've had that experience of going through the process once. So I've had people say, well, my patient's coming in the morning, so there'll be way less patients. Can't we do competencies? And I'm going to say, in the interest of fairness, the day for adult prophy is we're just doing adult prophy. That's your competency of the day. Okay? I promise you, you're just going to start an OHI on every patient that sits there hiney in the chair that might possibly come for a second appointment. Guess what? Your juniors, they're all coming for 2 appointments. Right? Because you're slow. So, OHIs will come. We're going to talk about denture comp today. Right after today, tomorrow, if you find a patient with a denture, you can do that. Just-in-time teaching, we just made a video, and it's being hopefully edited and uploaded as we speak so that we can show it to you today. If it doesn't happen today, it'll be up by later tonight. Sorry. Don't move, Ms. Lennon. Don't move. So, don't worry about competencies. If your patient is coming in the morning, that's fine. But just get through your adult competency. Okay. You notice that I have given you guys a week respite on your bands because I realized from your comments that the bands have an issue. So here's my issue with the bands. Put the bands on that you can. Tricia, out of the goodness of her heart, has gone and gotten the bands for you, which was really nice of her. But unfortunately, you can't always tell what you're going to get when you buy them, so I know there was an issue. So she's out of pocket money. I'll just say this in the interest of fairness. It would be nice if you pitch in a little to help her out of that. In my opinion, that's my opinion. Moving on. So there are some bands that she has that I understand are good. Right, and the minimum is at least pay for the bands that you know are going to work. That would be the minimum, but really help a sister out, in my opinion. So, so I know you're going to shop for more bands. We have a better source. So, get together as needed. Get those things done, but please get those going. So, here's the thing. Next week, I'm going to check off your lab cassette. Is that a reasonable goal, you think, with getting bands here and distributing? Okay. All right, so make up whatever coalition. Remember, moving forward to positively. We're working together. Get the boat in row, folks. We'll get at least one cassette done, and then you'll have a good example to do the rest of them. Bands do wear out after a while, so even these good ones, they do pop off sometimes. So absolutely by senior year, you'll have some you have to replace. But it's just a really great thing when you're starting out, especially, to be able to have them. And since y'all seem to organize your cassettes differently, it helps us older folk that are, even our younger faculty who have sharper eyes, because they don't have to get in the right spot of their bifocals. It's easier to find instruments that way, so that'll really help. All right, and Floyd was saying that he was going to come in from supply and get us some more instruments, but he's left for the day. So we're looking at next week. Moving on from that, they're coming. I don't know when you'll have everything that you paid for, but we will make it happen. My goal is by the end of this quarter, as God is my witness, you'll have all your stuff. All right. Plan of the day, which I left on the printer in Barbara's office. So, you are split up in just 3 groups today. I'll get that in a little bit. So, Ms. Hayton, can I send you gals to get my stuff off the printer, the lab assignments? Thank you. They're fabulous and gracious. And I'm going to just drown this microphone or something. We'll get that. So here's what we're going to do. I have basically that whole clump over there, plus Grace. I have this whole clump over here, plus a couple of you gals. And then I have that whole clump over there. So you're broken up into 3 groups of 14 essentially. So we'll go 1, 2, 3 groups at a time. Mrs. Ellington and Ms. Withers are going to be upstairs, and they're going to walk you through the procedure of doing the denture competency. We refer to this as the competency of many gloves, because you've got stuff on the counter that needs to keep, maybe somebody contaminated it, so you have to keep it off of your patient's stuff, and you have to keep your patient's germs off of the counter stuff. So we're going to talk about that. I have a detailed PowerPoint. The video will help, but even if we, as I say, if we don't get the video up yet, then that's okay. It'll be up later, and you can review at your leisure. If you are thinking you're going to do the competency or any competency, where do you start? Because I just had this question. How do I know what to do? We've talked about all the stuff. I know it's the ocean of unassembled facts right now. Oh my God, you've said 4 billion things. That's okay. Go back to that PowerPoint. Review that. If there's a little cheat sheet that we gave you, review that. And maybe we talked about this we started talking about OHI 2 quarters ago. Go back and just review that stuff. What's important? What did you do with the kids? You personalized it for the child. You did demonstration in their mouth. They demonstrated to you in their mouth. All those things, you'd know it if you reflect. What's the other critical thing? By golly, if you did not read through that entire competency sheet to know what all the criteria are that you're getting graded on, what are you doing? Right? So grade yourself first in your mind. How's this going to go? And once you understand, okay, I get this is how it's going to go, then you can attempt them. You notice I said attempt. Right? What is competency? Did anybody look that up in the local anesthesia stuff I gave you? It's okay. Go look that up. Right, so you have the knowledge, skills, and attitude that will make you be successful at that skill. Right? You can successfully execute. Guess what? You're going to attempt competencies. You're not going to pass them. Why would you? You're brand new. Right? First day in driver training school. Right? People say, oh my gosh, teaching local anesthesia. I'm like, getting with a new driver on the freeway. Now that truly frightens me. So, right? Be thoughtful, prep yourself the best you can, and then you're going to do them, and you'll get feedback, and either you pass or you don't, and you'll do enough of them, you'll get done. 4 billion people in front of you did it, right? I've been here 20 years, working on this is 21, times about 40 people. Guess what? Almost all of them left here successful. So you can do it. Okay. So, I do have a little cheat sheet. It is posted. I'm going to go ahead and have you guys pick these up in a minute. But you know what? Let's go ahead and pass these out. Who's speedy at passing out? Do this. All right. So. There we go. Okay, so.
Wasn't sure what email I'm sorry. It's in here.
It's on the printer.
Oh, in the
It's on the printer in the hygiene department.
That you said on the desk.
Sorry.
No, that's my
400 things. All right, maybe I did that many extra. Okay, thank you. That's probably for our calibration meeting on Friday, those extra copies. I was just thinking way ahead, which I actually was thinking ahead. Okay. So, to check your input, I have successfully managed to make the computer talk to the screen. as long as you're on the right input. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I'm actually going to walk around. The good news is there's no hilling here. Yes. Okay. Is that any better? Okay, I'll just try to speak in stentorian terms. So switch on over and it should take you to the PowerPoint slide. We're going to talk about this. So remember at the end of my lecture, I had some slides about the procedure. Those, I forgot to take those off because I've updated this. Because I want way more detail because I never want to be going, stop, right before you contaminate the patient's picture. So, pretty detailed. All right. Here is what you're going to need for this. You need to be in the correct clinical attire. If you don't have clinical attire, what are we doing, right? So, I have been in an office where the poor office manager was talking to the patient, and he started talking about the problem with his denture. She started with the conversation about the bill, and he started talking about his denture. And it culminated in he took his denture out and handed it to her, and she just sort of reflexively stuck her hand out. It was like, all right, let me take this in the back. Right? So, no bugs. No. So, she's a front office person. So first of all, we're just not going to contaminate ourselves. We're also not going to contaminate the patient or their appliances. So, you're also going to need a new denture brush. This open in front of the patient, we had a discussion about it. We want to always open the instruments in front of the patient so they know really this is go. I would say if you, in private practice, have a patient who's that paranoid about it and you need to open the denture brush in front of them, okay, sorry. And okay, do that for them. But really, you should be able to open the denture brush into that. But you're going to want a denture brush. You're going to want a denture bath. We have the little plastic cups with a little lid that their baby can live in at night when they are soaking. If they need one, because if their old one is grody, we want to make sure we clean that out, especially for instance if they have papillary hyperplasia and we are quite sure that they have candidiasis. We want to clean that. You are going to double glove twice for this procedure. So you're going to wear one pair of gloves that's your size and then maybe one larger, but of course if you're already wearing extra large gloves, by the way, my larger gentlemen, if you don't have extra large gloves, get extra large gloves, stop making hand tourniquets. So, no hand tourniquets allowed here. All right, and you're going to get 3 zip top bags. And we have these back in our little OHC cubicle in the back. You've probably seen your students to the left here to do this. Okay, we mainly want the patient to remove their prosthesis. Because we, as I said in the lecture, we do not want to be the person who drops the thing on the floor. This is Miss Heidi, who was my immediate predecessor teaching this course. So, if you have to, you can carefully, gently remove the partial. So here's the thing between a partial and a full denture. Generally partials, you're going to try to unhook the clasps both sides evenly all at once. If the patient has a full maxillary denture, then what you're trying to do is break the suction against the palate. So the easiest way to do that is to reach up in one cheek and get above the plan of the denture and pop it down. I think I've once in my life, maybe twice, had to take a patient's partial denture out for them. Really, probably they're going to do this themselves. And as much as possible, that's what they're going to do. So, here's the thing you need to think about. The key to this is we're going to keep the patient's germs separate from the environmental germs. Right? We're not going to cross-contaminate between all these surfaces and the patient's appliance. All right, once around, twice around is about all I can do. But hey, that was better than last week. So, we're just going to keep these 2 sets of microbes in their own places, right? And we're going to do that by using double layer stuff. So, you're going to set up 2 zipper bags. The inside bag, you're going to put the patient's chair number on. Okay? You can go out and make clinic to do this competency if you have a hiking instructor that's available to watch you. That's up to the discretion of the hiking instructor. So you're going to put the patient's chair number on it. And that's where their appliance is going to go. Then there's another bag that's going to go outside of that, entirely around it. You're going to fill that inner bag with the denture cleaner, tartar and stain remover it's called. And you're going to open that outer bag really, really wide, and you're going to roll it down like a cuff on the sleeve. And you're going to make sure that you can totally access the inner bag without really touching the outer bag. All right, then you're going to double glove. Now you're going to go to the patient, have them remove the appliance. A really safe thing to do is have them set it down on the unit tray. Right, so they're going to set it down and you don't have a big, oops, I thought you were still holding it, right? So, have them set it down. Then you with your double gloves are going to pick it up, and in front of them you're going to inspect it. All right, so you're taking their $1,000 to $2,000 thing, and they're going to walk away with it. Before you walk away with it, you want to examine it with them. So if there's a crack already, everybody knows there's a crack already. You got me? Okay. So you're going to examine it thoroughly. You're going to say, are there any cracks? Are the teeth worn? Do the clasps look okay? Is there a kind of stain that's embedded in the acrylic, and we just need to figure out how we can fix this thing? It looks like it's been run over by a truck. Whatever. Really assess the picture that you're looking at as far as the appliance and discuss it with the patient. Well, you're doing a great job. Oh, you just got this 6 months ago. Looks like you're taking really good care of it. There's a plaque here, whatever it is. All right. Then you're going to have had, you had your clean spot where you had your baggies. Right? You're going to go carefully, patient tray, over to the baggies and put it in the inside baggie. Okay? Squeeze a little air out, doesn't have to be completely out. Zip that guy so it's totally sealed. Tuck it all the way inside. Smush it down the best you can. Alright. Now what? Take off the first pair of gloves without contaminating the guys underneath. Little cuff here, cuff there. Alright. Now these are your clean gloves. It's going to do the outside clean bag. Right? Without touching the inside bag that's tucked down in, you're going to uncuff that outside bag, zip it shut. Now that patient bag is protected on the outside. It has its little raincoat on. Not going to get germs in here. Okay? We're going to go over now to the little OHC part of the South Main Clinic. Or if you're doing this on Main Clinic, you can put it in the ultrasonic cleaning bath that's out there. And you're going to put it into the ultrasonic. Okay, so you put the sealed bags into the ultrasonic. If you're concerned that there is contamination going on, you can use a paper towel, but really nobody should be touching that with dirty gloves. So in our clinic, it should be clean. On the Main Clinic, good luck. So, you're going to set the timer for 8 to 10 minutes, just do 10 minutes. The ultrasonic isn't that effective. So we're going for 10 minutes. Okay. Now, your gloves theoretically still clean, right? You're going to get yourself a CAVI Wipe, 2 CAVI wipes. You're going to double wipe. You're going to be cleaning this thing over the sink. Not in the sink, but over the sink. So, countertop all around there, faucet handles, and the inside of the sink. Why do we wipe out the inside of the sink? We're not setting, hear this clearly, we are going to set this appliance on the covered countertop or inside a zipper bag. We're not going to put it in the sink. Can I make the sink sterile? Right? Can't make the sink sterile. So, we're just going to wipe it down in case the accident happens and it happens to land in the sink. Then, you're going to put some paper towels in the bottom of the sink. Why do we do that? Cushy, right? Not very cushy, but it helps. Okay. Then I really like to use a patient bib. Why do I like to do that? Because it has a plastic barrier, right? So I'm definitely isolating the patient's appliance from anything that could be on that countertop. I'm going to then cover the counter with the patient bib. I'm now going to take my clean denture brush that I brought with me and a clean zipper bag, and in the zipper bag I will add half water, half mouthwash. This is to keep this moist while you're finishing your appointment. It's also to make it taste better because the clean air doesn't taste that good. So make it taste better. Guys, we're having lecture. Our dental student friends over there. So if you're really, really quiet, you can be here, but otherwise I'm going to send you out. Okay? Thank you. All right. So that's going to be all ready, and it's going to be the same idea. Open it wide, do the little cuff, and just that's going to be your clean landing spot for their appliance. All right. About this time, 10 minutes will be up, right? So now, you're going to go ahead and take off those gloves that you had. Reglove, double gloves. We're going to, I'm trying to remember. Yes, new gloves. So double glove. You're going to then take the bag out of the ultrasonic. You're going to gently set it down inside the sink. So the bag will go in the sink. The partial or denture cannot touch the sink. Okay? You're going to open the outside bag. So that was the ultrasonic bag with your ultrasonic gloves. Now what? Take off the outside gloves. Now we have patient gloves on. Now we can make it, when you peel that open, the ultrasonic bag, so that you can reach the patient bag without touching the ultrasonic, outside of the ultrasonic bag. Pop open the ultrasonic bag, reach in. If they have more than one appliance, just pick up one at a time. You got your brush open. You can have the water on just slightly. You don't want to flood the place, but you're going to scrub, right? You're going to make sure nothing new came loose, nothing bad happened. It's all good. Scrub it really good. Pointy part of the brush goes into the ridge part, and the inside of the palate, the flat part of the brush will do the flat part of the palate on the top of a full upper denture, and all the outside part that looks like gingiva and teeth. Yes?
So I'm holding it in my hand.
Right, so one hand brush, one hand carefully. Right? Over the sink. Okay, yes?
Can we wear like 4 pairs of gloves?
Don't do that. No more good stuff. Good thought. Okay, once you have completed scrubbing, and it's going to take some scrubbing, this appliance, then you're going to gently set it, don't drop, set it down into the solution, the mouthwash solution. What happens if you put that Vim Vam Boom blue Listerine in there 100%? Guess what? The teeth come out a little blue for a while, so don't do that. 50-50. What happens if they take that straight Listerine and put it on their, put the denture in their mouth with the straight Listerine? Wow! What's worse is if you put that denture cleaner and you don't rinse it and you just hand that to them. Oh, it is nasty. You have to brush it. You've got to rinse it. Put in a little mouthwash so it tastes good. Okay. So once there are 1 or 2 appliances, whatever you're cleaning for them, are in that bag, what gloves do you have on? Patient gloves, right? Where are we going?
Patient.
to the patient. Zip the bag up. It's all their germs. Go straight to the chair. Take your brush and the brush box with you, because if they like that brand, I want them to have the box to go to the store and go, oh, it's that one. And then go over their oral hygiene instructions about anything that's in there, right? They're related to the appliance. All right. When you are done talking to them about it, this can be in a place that has patient germs, right? It doesn't have to be in a clean place anymore because we're done with the ultrasonic part. It can be in a place with patient germs. It has to be in a place that meets 2 criteria. This is critical. It has to be someplace where it's safe. So on top of your instruments is not it, because we do not want to knock these on the floor. But it also has to be in plain sight. Why?
I don't forget it.
Right? So, and when I say so they don't forget it, I mean so you don't forget it. Have I run out in the parking lot after somebody? Yes, I have. When the patient's really numb, they'll forget that you have the rest of their teeth. Please send them home with all their teeth. Yes. It's not good. He lived in heaven. It was the riverside. Right left.
We use the same glove and wash this from the...
Right, because it's their germs.
But you use water.
And you can use some water.
You use that same glove to put them in back.
You can do your wrist to turn the water on and off. And you just wipe it down. Right? Okay. Then, what's the last step? Clean everything. Go back. New gloves. Wipe everything down. Okay? Dump your used stuff in the sink. Don't put the solution in the trash. Really, come on. Put it down the sink. Pick up all your disposables. Nuke everything from space with your CAVI Wipe. AJ? Question? Okay. Somebody, okay.
It says on the bottom of the sheet to document procedure in axium. So if we're
Yep.
talking getting it from a dental student, how do we document it in axiom?
You get them put in your family by Jeanette,
Oh, okay.
just like she did for your adult prophy and your partner prophy, and then you can document and then they'll take them back out of your family. Okay? And the instructor needs to sign that off.
So,
Documentation is part of the competency. The instructor needs to see your documentation, and then you're going to sign it off.
I thought that you can't walk out of the office with gloves on.
Well, you're walking still in our clinic. Don't walk out in the hall with gloves on. But when you're transporting something that's infectious, you absolutely need gloves. So when you leave your operatory at the end of the day with your dirty instruments and their cassettes, gloves to get to the room, to the window. Tricia, I think you were next.
How do we grab the bib to put on the counter with, don't we need to take our gloves?
When you're clean. So you'll wipe everything down, you'll wash your hands, you take your gloves off, wash your hands, go get clean stuff. Set it out.
If patients have, you know how they have retainers? For ortho?
Retainers, ortho retainers count for this.
For this? Okay.
Yes.
When we first your back.
Not your own. Not your own. If you have a retainer, someone will be friends with you. And then they'll find a distribution for you.
When we first prepared your back, you said no gloves.
So you can just do clean hands and do bags.
Our germs on the gloves.
If you are totally washed, it's okay. If you want to do gloves, that's fine. It doesn't have to be sterile because you're not penetrating tissue with it, right? Just do the measure.
Is there only ultrasonic on the clinic?
There's ultrasonic on the clinic. There's an ultrasonic back in the back corner of our clinic.
Oh, there is?
Around the back there where the mirror is.
Got it.
Okay? And the solution is right next to the ultrasonic. And I'm going to tell you, we walked in there to do the little video at lunchtime and the place was a mess. So, if you're back there doing oral hygiene on yourself, don't. Because it's actually intended for you to be able to take a patient and stand in front of a sink, just like if you're in the bathroom. Sorry, but whoever is trimming acrylic over there, can you do that in the other room, please? Thank you. We're assigning this entire lab right now, so we need to be able to hear. Where was I? Oh, it was a mess. Extra solution around, splashes on the walls. Da-da. So, patients should be able to walk back there. It should look good enough for patients. If you spit in there after rinsing and part of lunch is in the sink, get rid of that. Thank you. Yeah, nobody needs to see the leftover, beans being in there. Okay? Wipe the mirror. Make it look good because you should be able to have a patient walk back there anytime. Okay? All right, questions on any of that? All right, and you're going to have the live demo with Ms. Withers and Mrs. Ellington. So go ahead and take your little script with you. And I am going to put out our schedules here on either end so that you can easily see, and I have one here at the front. So everybody in the yellow group is going up now. I have allotted 45 minutes for that to happen, but you're only going to be in 2 groups of 7 each, so it shouldn't be that hard. And guess what? If y'all go by 4, we're out of here at 4, so that'd be lovely. All right, is that motivating? Okay. Everybody who's here, guess we're doing even odds. Am I okay if y'all sit in the same area? I'm fine with that. So, when we're saying show up with it scale, we mean 1 o'clock, show up with your assignment done. So I'm going to start checking off. I have one group, and Ms. Castillo has another group to check off. Now, and sign your forms. Who has a patient tomorrow that they have never seen before and is not your adult trophy, so you have no idea about their health history? Okay. So, Mrs. Hayden can start to look over your health history for that patient for tomorrow. And then she's going to pitch in with helping everybody else out to do some instrumentation. Instrumentation and sharpening. What are we prepping for? We're prepping for the next skills test. If you're not sure what it is, go look it up right now in the course outline. All right? And when you're done, everybody come back here. Come back here, so if I think of any announcements, we get that. All right, and break. Yes. Oh, is it today? Okay, go.
I'll go on the second one. I can stay here for a little bit. I just have to leave a little bit early before they close.
So here's what you should do. If you just go from done, so that's fine. What works best for your schedule?
Let's just do the second one so that it's not overcrowded. I think I'm on the second
Because my first group actually is the smallest group, so you would make 14.
So what do I take?
Take your script and your attitude, your willing attitude. So you just take input.
Really?
Wait, what is Pink doing? Staying here?
Give me the second group.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.